You know, I'm starting to realize that a lot of people don't know etiquette when it comes to getting tattoos. And most times than not, if you don't end up having tattoo etiquette, it can be frustrating to the tattoo artist. But for me, I personally think that it comes down to a lack of education. So today, I figured we talk about tattoo etiquette just so the next time you go into getting a tattoo, it could be a smooth session overall. I'm going to give you some tips, as well as we're going to hear from tattoo artists and clients and see what they have to say about tattoo etiquette and what is considered good tattoo etiquette to them. Now, as always, I love to hear from you watching the video right now. Leave a comment below on some tips that you consider to be good tattoo etiquette, because who knows, somebody in the comment section might find your comment valuable. And if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to Evolve Inc. for all your tattoo related needs. We'd love to have you here. Now, like I mentioned, we are going to hear from both clients and tattoo artists on tattoo etiquette, but I just wanted to take a minute and share with you some of my, pro tips that I consider to be super important when it comes to tattoo etiquette, or having good tattoo etiquette from a client's perspective, of course. And of course, doing things will not only make you have a great tattoo session, but also having a non-frustrated tattoo artist that, is pissed off at you for not doing these things. So the first one that I would definitely recommend you doing is eating a big meal before your tattoo session. I know so many people, and I was one of them before, that you have a 4, 6, 8 hour tattoo session, and next thing you know, you're going in there hungry. You didn't eat anything, you woke up late, you didn't have time to eat breakfast or lunch or eat a meal in general, so you're like, you know what, I'll go into that tattoo session and I'll be fine. No, you won't. Not only will going in with an empty stomach make the tattoo hurt more, because your body doesn't have any fuel to withstand the pain and kind of push you through that tattoo session. But also on top of that, there is no worse feeling than being stuck in a tattoo chair hungry. I've done it before and it always sucks. And you never want to be that person that shows up hungry to a tattoo artist and then you're like, you know what, I need to eat something, I'm starving. Can we take a break, or can we end up pausing for a little bit so I could grab something to eat? Tattoo artist is going to end up getting frustrated, and it's going to, first thing that comes to their head is like, why didn't you eat a big meal before the session? And also, side note, I do want to add that if you don't end up eating before a tattoo session, you have a higher chance of passing out for that tattoo. And if you pass out, most likely the tattoo artist is going to send you home, and then you end up not getting tattooed. So that's definitely the first one. Now, number 2 with my top tattoo etiquette tip is definitely to moisturize the area before going to get a tattoo, whether it's a few days or even a few weeks, just to get that skin nice and hydrated and healthy. As a tattoo artist, you do not want to go in and tattoo a client that has dry, cracked, ashy skin. You just don't want to do that. You want to make sure that the skin is hydrated so they could then apply the tattoo easier and the tattoo will come out better. And again, if you have that dry, cracked, rough skin, most times it will be a big pain in the ass just to apply that tattoo on you. It will also make the ink not stay in the skin as well as if it was healthy, moisturized skin. So definitely moisturize your skin a couple days or even a couple weeks before that tattoo session, just to get the skin prepared to get that tattoo. Oh, and another thing that your tattoo artist will definitely appreciate you doing is shaving the area that you're going to be getting tattooed, especially if you're somebody that grows a lot of thick body hair. It's protocol that a tattoo artist will go over and shave, that area that they're about to tattoo. But if you're somebody that has a lot of body hair, it's always good, and it's just a kind gesture to your tattoo artist that, you go in with that area already shaved. Yes, they're still going to use that razor and shave over it, but for you want to make sure that you're, clipping the area, clipping off that hair over it. It acts as a more clean surface for the tattoo artist to shave over. And, sometimes I know having a lot of body hair could be a little awkward as a client, and you have somebody else pretty much shaving your body, but I know damn well that from my tattoo artist and other tattoo artists I heard before, that if you're a client, the tattoo artist definitely appreciates you walking in with that area already shaved. But I will say, don't use a razor, because you don't want to develop any type of razor bumps or accidentally cut the skin, because if you cut the skin or have the razor bumps in that area you're going to get tattooed, chances are the tattoo artist won't be able to give you a clean looking tattoo because of the state of the skin. And also another tip, big tattoo etiquette here, go in showered and clean. Don't go in smelling, or you haven't showered in a day and a half and you're stinking, because think about this. During a tattoo, you and the artist are kind of close to one another. They're going to be leaning in to give you that great tattoo that you want. And if you're stinking, the tattoo artist is going to have to suffer. To you, it might be, hey, listen, I thought I could get away with not showering for a day. I didn't have time, and now I'm running out to the tattoo session. The tattoo artist, on the other hand, they're dying through that session. You want to make sure you're clean, you're wearing brand new socks, your feet aren't stinking, you're wearing deodorant, and you smell fresh. You're ready to go. You're going to be in tip-top shape and smelling good for that tattoo session. Now, those are my biggest tips when it comes to tattoo etiquette, but I do want to hear from tattoo artists on what they have to think about their clients, because now you could get the other side of the spectrum and kind of see what tattoo artists are looking for in having the most ideal client. So let's take a look at this video right here.
Tattoo etiquette for the absolute beginner. Make sure to show up to your appointment freshly showered and ready with some deodorant. You will get sweaty.
Again, don't want to really talk about this too much, but she made a good point there. Yes, when you get a tattoo, you are going to be sweaty because your body is literally just going through so much during a tattoo appointment. So it is a good idea to bring that extra deodorant. So
be mindful of your tattoo artist's preferred method of booking in and contacting them. It should be clearly listed on their website or Instagram or wherever you book in with them.
Yeah, I get this question asked a lot on the channel, and especially through the DMs on Instagram, that how should I go about, get in touch with my tattoo artist? And I always recommend that, it should be listed on their Instagram itself. Every tattoo artist has an Instagram account nowadays with directions on how to book with them. Or they have their own website, and I always recommend doing that. If a tattoo artist doesn't have one of those two things, they're either A, really old school and they want you to call into the shop and go into the shop and make an appointment, or they're not really a professional, credible tattoo artist, and you should probably shop somewhere else. But yeah, don't annoy a tattoo artist when it comes to hey, it's clearly listed on Instagram that they want you to email them, for example, and you end up going to DM them on Instagram. You always follow their instructions. You don't want to come off on an annoying bad foot with a tattoo artist. So you plan on getting tattooed, and leave a first bad impression, because most times, they're going to get annoyed and they might not want to tattoo you because of that reason alone. I've seen it happen before, and I don't want it to happen to you. So keep that in mind. Now, we heard from tattoo artists, and I gave you my perspective from being a client that is pretty heavily tattooed on what I think good tattoo etiquette is. But I did want to hear from someone else that is from the client's perspective, just to see if they agree with what I say, as well as just hearing what they have to say, because it might be different. I might learn something, you might learn something. So let's hear from them.
This is the stuff that I do to sit for a longer tattoo appointment from a pretty tattooed person. So here's some tips. Number one, I always shower before an appointment because I don't want to be stanky for Erica. But then two, I think of it as a sanitary thing of you're going to be shoving needles in my body. I think it should probably be a pretty clean slate.
There you go. Shower. Be clean.
Then after you shower, I don't do any heavy lotions, oils. Make sure you try to get rid of self-tanner, just because it's going to have to come off before the tattoo goes on.
Yeah, I probably should have been a little bit more clear about that earlier. Yes, I did mention to moisturize the skin a couple days or a couple weeks prior to your tattoo appointment. However, you definitely don't want to apply anything before you go, because it's, you don't want to break out, and you also don't want to end up having an oily surface that is just going to get wiped away anyway.
Think about what you wear before you go in. It's a little chilly, but we're doing my arm, so I can take this off, and I know we're going to do right here, beautiful accent.
Oh, wow. Farmer Lacey, this is definitely a big tattoo etiquette thing that a lot of people don't really think about. Listen, if you're going to go get a tattoo on, say, your arm, make sure you're wearing appropriate clothing to where it could be easily accessed by your tattoo artist, and you're not stripping in front of them just so they could get to said arm. For example, when I went to go get my leg sleeve done, I was wearing shorts every day because, shorts, and it's not covering my leg. It could be easily accessed to the tattoo artist, and I didn't have to have an awkward session where I'm taking off my clothes just so a tattoo artist could then end up going and tattooing that area. It's not a fashion show. You're going to get tattooed. Dress comfortably, but also if you know you're getting a tattoo in a specific area, make sure that the tattoo artist is able to get there without any hassle.
This is not mandatory at all. This is just because I really like my tattoo artist. If I can reach where I'm getting a tattoo, I go ahead and shave it for her because it's one less thing she has to worry about.
See? Shave that area.
Hydrate and eat before the appointment, okay? You need to have calories in your body before you sit for a bunch of hours and be freaking abused. If it's a longer appointment, bring snacks. We DoorDash lunch, so I don't have to worry about snacks later, but like, don't be shy to bring snacks. They encourage that.
We did talk about eating, but also bringing snacks is key. A nice sugary snack and a sugary drink will definitely make you not pass out, for one, and also two, allow you to, you know, have that energy to continue that tattoo session. And like she mentioned, it's encouraged. Make sure you're keeping those blood sugars up a little bit just so, you know, your body has that fuel to continue that tattoo session.
I have no shame in bringing a pillow if I'm going to be in weird positions, and they're not going to judge you if you do that. Also, I'm really good friends with my tattoo artist, so we're going to talk most of the time, but you can bring headphones, you can bring your iPad, you can bring books. Also, bonus points if you're going to get yourself like food before or a drink, ask them. It'll make their day. I do that all the time. And tip well. Tip. Okay.
Man, I like this girl. She is on fire with the tattoo etiquette tips. So, yes, bringing a pillow, especially if it's a longer tattoo session, it is key. Sometimes, I mean, or most times when I was getting my leg sleeve done, a lot of it, I had to sit weird ways and be uncomfortable. And having that pillow was a lifesaver. I mean, realistically, sometimes the way I had to sit for, you know, hours on end was more uncomfortable and more painful than the actual tattoo itself. So definitely bring a pillow. And also on top of that, yes, you should be building that relationship with your tattoo artist, talking to them and enjoying the experience. But also, if you're not really a talker, that's totally fine too. They understand, then they could get, you know, focused on their work and just really get into the tattoo while you're watching a movie, listening to music, having your headphones on, reading a book, whatever the case may be. That is totally fine. And also, I do like the fact that she said, don't forget about your tattoo artist. If you're going to go stop and get some snacks, ask them what they want. It's a good gesture. They'll be happy, you'll be happy, and, you know, again, building that relationship is so key when it comes to getting tattoos. Now, the main goal I had for this video is to build better tattoo etiquette, because like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I feel like there is a lack of communication there, and if you have good tattoo etiquette, it's going to make for a better tattoo experience overall. But what do you think about everything we talked about in this video? Do you agree with both the tattoo artist and the clients, and especially what I have to say? Leave a comment below, and also leave tips on great tattoo etiquette that you feel like we didn't cover in this video. It's always good to have that community building aspect in the Evolve community, and we always love to hear what you have to say. But as always, I do love to keep the conversation going, so I am going to direct you over to this video over here. It's all about tattoo pain. We talk about tattoo pain and we hear what other people describe what getting a tattoo feels like. It was super interesting, super fun, and yeah, I think you'll enjoy it. Make sure you go leave your thoughts over there as well. And if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.